All right, I think we're live, which is good for me. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome in. We're cutting out some Turkish spindles today for spinning yarn. Let's see. I need to scroll up a little bit. There. Now I can see the chat. So we're cutting 5/8 inch cherry. Little arm. Sorry about that. Huh. Hey guys, welcome in. To make it just a hair a little bigger. Give that another test fit. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the spile and just make sure the holes are centered, which they are. So pull the pattern off. So for the pattern, I put down blue painter's tape, and then we glue the pattern to the top of that. So when we're done cutting, we can just peel off the tape, and we don't have any residual glue or anything to deal with. So we're going to swap out the blade, put a new one on. So we're going to go with a number 7. These are Olson Mach Speed blades. They're a pretty aggressive blade. And the cherry cut's nice too. So I'm using a 21-inch scroll saw. This is a Pegasus. Hello, Mahmood. Welcome in. And Derek, hi. How you guys doing today? Does it feel like a Thursday? Oops. So today I'm going to be working on these for a couple hours. Basically a stationary jigsaw. Yeah, pretty much. Like a motorized, well, it's more like a motorized coping saw because it is clamped on the top and the bottom. So it's supported on both sides. So yeah, scroll saws are good for very sharp corners, very delicate stuff. And you can make internal cuts because the blade is just clamped in. Right. Yeah, not that small, that's for sure. So yeah. Now the surface finish I'm getting, you wouldn't be able to get off a bandsaw. So, make it very nice. So we were making drop spindles for spinning yarn. Hey, Raphael, thanks. So in 1 week, I'm getting a soft inch review. So that should be fun. Yep, so basically Buck Tool is coming out with a 16-inch and an 18-inch scroll saw. So got a hold of me and asked me which one I'd prefer. So we're going to get the 16-inch in because the 16-inch is a double parallel arm saw. So it's very similar to this saw, it's just smaller. And then the 18-inch looks like it's a single arm saw. So having the single parallel arm, you just get more, it doesn't cut as straight up and down. It's not a bad thing, I just really prefer the style. Whereabouts do I stay? I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm in America. So we're in the Midwest, that's why I have this outrageous accent. So we'll get that saw in. I'm probably going to work a week doing production on it, so get another, 30 hours of use before I do the review. Yeah, so a double parallel arm saw like this, this one is 21 inches, so 16 inches is going to be, quite a bit smaller. Not much of it acts in South Florida. Nice. I was actually looking at getting a 16-inch saw. The only double parallel arm saw I could find was King, and I don't know if they're going to continue to make them or not. But it was $550, so a little bit out of my price range for a saw that small. All right. So we have a few more of this size. And they got one single arm. I don't know where that goes to. Huh. Must be an extra one. So me and my girlfriend work together, and she does the layout, and she drills this hole. So I never quite know what's going to be over on my cutting bench. If you're going to look up the saw, what's it called? It's called a scroll saw. SCROOL space saw. There you go. Yes. Hey, Kay, welcome in. Yeah. They come in a lot of different styles and quality. I'm sorry, I only speak English. And they make fun of me when I say, like, I'm gonna sound like Yakov Smirnoff sounds in English. You know, if I say like Trebiet my drug. So, let's see. Hey Shay, how's it going? Mucho trabajo. Lots and lots of work. No.
No,
Are you?
I am actually.
Well, make the burger.
Do you want me to make the burger or do you want to wait?
It's up to you. Whenever, if you're hungry, make it now. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, do you want me to pull off on yours or do you want me to make them both now?
Just make them both now.
Okay.
Oh, great. Now we got some Dutch going on here. I am Snyder after all, so I should know a little bit, you know. I am a cutter. So it more like a tailor. That's what my name means in Dutch. So my last name is Snyder. It's the same meaning as Schneider in German. It's just spelled different. But alas, I only speak English. Blame it on the United States educational system. All right, so a lot of times when you start looking, talking to Derek here, he's asking, would you consider a brand new Wen version of Scroll Saw average or not even worth the little money they cost? So if you're looking at like the 16-inch scroll saws, the $100, $150 saws, honestly, they're okay to begin with, but they're set up to run pinned end blades. So a pinned end blade, and these are just plain end. So there's nothing. They're just flat. The pinned end blades are bigger, and then there's a metal pin that goes through them. And then you just set the metal pin in like a hook on the top and the bottom to tighten it. If you want to use this style blade, which most people do, you have to use an adapter. So you're going to have to screw something onto this blade to have it hook in order for it to be tensioned. So it's one of those saws that you're probably going to outgrow pretty quick. Wen does make a double parallel arm saw, but those are going to be, they used to be $250. They're probably between $250 and $300 now. So kind of in that price range. You'd be better off like getting the new Bauer saw from Harbor Freight. It's very similar to this one. It's actually 22 inches. It's 1 inch bigger throat depth for around the same price. So I'm not saying they're bad. It's just, it's going to take more time in order to do anything. Like if I wanted to put, drill my center hole here, do an internal cut, I just put the blade in and clamp it down, where you would have to slip it in, put the adapter on, close the adapter, then put it in the saw, and then tension the saw. So if that's your budget, there's nothing wrong with them, but just be aware that you might outgrow them. Let's see. Hello, Abraham. How's it going? And Bank, I'm sorry. I only speak English. Yeah. I've just seen so many people who buy, the less expensive 16, 18-inch saws, and then, you know, they get kind of frustrated. As far as the Bauer on my main page, I have a review from about a year ago, and I just go through over all the advantages of that saw. So, hey M, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, I do not believe Milwaukee makes a scroll saw. So DeWalt, the 978 is kind of in the same family as this saw. It's an older model. Delta also has one, same lineage as this one. Thank you so much. Gracias. I hope. Yeah, DeWalt has the 978. The 978 is one that they've been making for the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years. It's based off of Excalibur, which were a Canadian company. And then at the time that they bought the saw, they also owned Delta. So Delta has a very similar model. And then Delta got sold to the company that actually makes the scroll saws. So the production line, they're still making both of them. But you got to be careful because DeWalt came out with a less expensive one, which is just really similar to, I'm not going to think of the brand name, but it's a lesser quality saw. This tool is a scroll saw. This is a Pegas saw, Pegas. This is a production saw. I think it's a very prosumer saw. So the reason why I like the double parallel arm saws are they have a more true up and down. So if you get a less expensive one that just has a single arm, the pivot point here is only this far away. But if you get a 18-inch saw, the pivot is going to be 18 inches that way. So it's going to have more of an arc to it. I got my first scroll saw. My dad brought one home when I was 12. So to give away my age here, that was 1987. I found girls, which slowed my scroll sawing down quite a bit in my teens. But I've always enjoyed using it. I've been really doing a lot of production work since about 2008. Um, so I've been making these full time since 2013. Yeah, this channel is more about making things. This is just a production stream. Um, I do project videos as well. I got really busy. I had a bunch of festivals going on, and now we're just trying to get back into getting ready for the holiday season. So I'm going to start making recorded videos again, but it's going to be slow. So right now it's just easier for me just to live stream working and just kind of hanging out, you know. Hey Tom, welcome in. So yeah, I want to get that test saw in. Hello. Sorry, I only speak English, so I can't really understand your name, but I will say hi. Yeah, so when I get that test saw in, I'm going to replace that saw with this saw and do production on it. You know, pump out, you know, at least 20 hours of work on the saw before I give a review. No. The saw that I'm getting in is going to be provided free of charge for the review. So yeah, I was contacted by them. Yeah. Just to test the saw. Not this saw, but the saw that's coming in. Does that make sense? As far as these go, yeah, I sell these. So. Yep, so I make drop spindles and other fiber tools as far as my day job goes. That's what pays the bills. As far as the live streaming goes and the videos, it's just kind of giving back, answering questions, you know. If I wasn't live streaming, I'd be sitting here listening to music or watching TV. So, truth is, I'm listening to music now. So, but YouTube does not like me sharing music. You know? Yeah, not a problem. I mean, yeah, I plan on cutting these probably. Well, Vicky's making a burger, so I'm probably going to quietly eat my cheeseburger while working. But yeah, I plan on doing this for a couple hours. Then I'll stop the stream, and I've got some CNC stuff to work on today as well. So. Sure. So let me grab one that's done. All right. So this is what a Turkish drop spindle looks like when it's done. Right now we're cutting the arms, and then I turn these on the lathe. Most of the time when I'm streaming, I'll be either here or over there making these. So these are hard maple, and then the arms vary in size. So here's one I've been spinning on. So this is the yarn that I've spun. Let me grab some fluff. So this right here is wool. So sheep got a haircut. They washed the fiber. They combed or carded it. So all the hairs are in the same direction. So you spin the spindle. And then my hands, what I'm doing is called drafting. I'm defining the thickness of the yarn and how much twist goes into it. So the spindle's just sitting there spinning away, putting twist in. So you spin a length, and then you put it on the spindle, and then spin another length. So what I'm doing with my hands would be exactly the same thing that I would do from on a spinning wheel. So Classy, how's it going? Maybe you should stand up when you're walking in the woods. That might help. So that's one style. I make a bunch of different styles. But like I said, I've been doing it for over a decade, so I've built up a reputation and kind of like Itchy Nuts over there. Hey Mike, how's it going? Welcome in. Halfway, hi. Let's see how we're doing here. Is it Elias? Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. All right, so yeah, so I make these and I sell them. I have my own company. And then I do some limited wholesaling to some companies. I sell them online, and then I also sell at festivals. So I go to basically trade shows. Oh, you're lucky that you're immune to poisonous plants. 3 leaves, fine by me, right? Yep, so I sell on Etsy. I've got my own website. Then the wholesaling. I've limited my wholesaling. Just, I'm not really taking on new clients. I'm sticking with like the original ones when I just started out. So. But yeah, it's kind of nice to go into a store and there's your stuff. Well, there really isn't a huge market for this stuff. If there was a big market, then big factories would be making them, and then the price would plummet. So it's more of an artisan kind of thing. So there's much bigger like spinning wheel companies that make spindles as well. They just don't make good spindles because they're not handmade. They don't give them the time that they deserve. You know, there's people making a living, you know, making wooden pens, you know. What do you do for a living? I make wooden pens. There's a guy on TikTok that makes spinning tops. So you find your little niche. All right, Jay says, what are they and what are they used for? You love to watch people do woodworking, very unique. Yeah, these are Turkish drop spindles. They're used to spin yarn. They're what came before a spinning wheel. So my craft allows other people to do crafts. Let's see. Mike's like, we do dangerous stuff in industrial settings, and then when I saw this, I was like, dude, you're brave. The scroll saw is one of the safest saws in the workshop that has the word saw in. Oh yeah, I do wooden pens. It's been a while. I used to make wooden pens just to, the profits from the wooden pens would pay for the wood that I would burn in my fireplace. Yeah, the scroll saw's safe. I mean, it's a Band-Aid injury saw. It's not like a bandsaw. You're not going to cut your fingers off. So, yeah. So a couple times a year, I will nibble my finger and put a Band-Aid on it. So I make some of these spindles out of exotic woods. And then I have chunks left over that aren't big enough for a spindle, but big enough for a pen. I'll make a pen out of them. I just make slimline pens, $20, cash and carry, out the door. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. Excuse me. Yeah, the wooden pen's $20 for the slim lines. Well, the blade is reciprocating, so the blade is just going up and down, up and down, up and down. Where like on a bandsaw or like a table saw, it's a constant circular motion, so it'll pull you in. Where this is just going up and down. Yeah, and the teeth are very small. There's a wide range of sizes. This is a number 7. It's actually one of the bigger sizes. But yeah, this type of saw can't pull you into the saw to make things worse. Let's see if I got some big boys here. So this is the largest blade I have. Now, we were talking earlier about having the pinned end blades on the cheaper saws. They would actually be wider than this to be able to get the pin in there. But yeah, that's a very big blade. All right, thank you, Mike. Have a good day, too. And then kind of in contrast to that, this is one of the smallest blades I have, where it's hard to see the teeth with your eyes. They're there, but it's just so minuscule. Do I have a website? Yeah, SnyderSpindles.com. So let me grab my phone. If I remember where my phone is, I would know. Like a concrete saw, right? Diamond saws, you can't cut yourself on them. So, SnyderSpindles.com. Yes, Sawzall is very similar, but those blades are much more aggressive. So, I also sell on Etsy. But yeah, SnyderSpindles.com. Yeah, like a bone saw can't cut flesh, but it does a number on saws, on bones. Thank you very much. That's all my girlfriend. What's that?
Food's done.
All right, can you bring...
Smell it?
Yep. Can you bring me a burger?
I can.
Thank you. Yeah, so Vicky takes care of the website, and she also makes lunch. So she made me a hamburger at work. What a nice girlfriend. We share cooking. Usually it's about 50-50. Hello, 66. Welcome in. So let's see. Hey guys, welcome in. So if you're just joining us, we are cutting 5/8 inch cherry Turkish drop spindles that are used to spin yarn.
Ketchup or mustard or both?
Both. Yeah, that's what I really like about the scroll saws, is being able to make internal cuts. It's just something you can't do on a bandsaw. So basically we're just making a mortise. Hey Walter, welcome in. So we're just making sure that they're centered. Yeah, the biggest thing with the spindles are they have to be balanced. So the next step would be sanding and balancing. It's kind of like the secret sauce.
Now, we do have salad, but I figured one thing at a time.
Okay, that's quite the burger. Hey Mike.
But this is quick burger.
It's all about making stuff, isn't it?
I considered,
Wow.
cutting it in half, and I thought, no.
Thanks. So this is the burger that I'm going to be sneaking while cutting. I may have to unhinge my mouth, my jaw. So if I'm not talking, I'm probably trying to, I don't know, masticate. Yes. It rhymes with fun. Yeah. You've been known to on occasion. Very nice. Hey, Mohammed, welcome in. B, hello. All right, Derek. Thank you for the subscription. Much appreciated. We'll catch you later. Thank you so much. Cut that burger, right? I'm going to grab a bite and then we're going to cut this one out. Maybe take off the 3-inch thick slice of tomato. Hey Elias, we are making drop spindles that are used to spin yarn. Or we could pretend we're making little wooden mustaches. Yep, have a good one.
You got the tops, I got the bottoms.
Oh, the buns?
Yeah.
I got double tops. Nice. I got one bite in, but then it all fell apart. Just like every other relationship in my life. All right. Yep, so we are cutting these out on the scroll saw. We're using a number 7 blade, which is a pretty aggressive blade, but these are 5/8 inch thick. So, hey Depression, how's it going? So you can see we're getting a very good surface finish right off the saw, which definitely helps with sanding. I have a cheeseburger, so I'm doing pretty good. Okay, I have to make it just a hair bigger. Hello, A, how's it going? So we put blue painter's tape down, then we use spray adhesive to glue the pattern onto the wood. So when we're done, we just peel the tape off, and then we don't have any residual glue or anything to deal with. All right. Next up, we're going to be cutting out minis. They're just another size, just a little bit smaller. We just got 2 of them, and then we'll start doing the gliders, which are much bigger. And today, we're all about the cherry. Lots and lots of cherry today, which isn't bad. Cuts a lot easier than the maple, that's for sure. Hey, Nez. Jonah, we are making Turkish spindles for spinning yarn. Hello, Daniel. Ah, drats. So, Elite, how you doing? We're just here to hang out. Nice. Just had a sale on Etsy, which is a good thing. Hey, Ram, how's it going? So I'm running the saw with a foot switch. They don't come with foot switches, but it's just a lot easier than having to reach up and hit the switch on top of the saw. Plus, then I can have two hands on my work when I turn it on. The website is snyderspindles.com. I'll type it in. Oh, really? I have to... Ha-ha! I don't know if the link works, but ha-ha! Hey, Action, how's it going? Paul, welcome in. Not a problem. Hey, David. Sorry. Hamburger got in the way. Yeah, so this cherry is just cutting like butter. Very, very easy to cut. So after we get this one done, we'll walk over and check out the 3D printers, see how they're doing. So let's see. I'm missing some people. And welcome in, Alfred. Welcome, Nando. Hello. Hey, Shurs. We are making Turkish spindles for spinning yarn. Hey, right, Kara and John. Welcome in. So today we're on the scroll saw. We are cutting out Turkish spindles used for spinning yarn. So we're cutting 5/8 inch cherry today. Hello, Francis. Unfortunately, I only speak English, so it's unfortunate. Yo soy stupido gringo. Hello, Mahogany. So, right said Fred. Great name. You bought a market saw, scroll saw on Sunday? Nice. What did you end up getting? Bailey. Yo. So. It beats punching a clock. I'll tell you that. Hello, is it Yasin? I try. I really do. All right, let's walk over and check out the 3D printers. So, hello, Alexander. Welcome in. Hey T, hey Dylan. Hello. All right. So, we're making some nitty knotties that are used to, you take your yarn and you wind it into a hank. So we'll print out another one of those. We're also printing out some dragons. You betcha, I am a weirdo. Hello, Chad. So glad you're here. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolute. So, these are top whirls, so there'll be a shaft going down, and you spin it to make yarn. A weirdo that pays his bills. Yep, absolute. And the live. Ooh. Wow. So do we have to stop and just talk about Bailey? Is that the issue? He puts a capital W in weirdo, yep. It's almost like he's trying to hurt my feelings. Yet I'm okay. All right, and then we're making just some little sheep. Yeah. Thanks, honey. All right, so we'll start this one up. So I'm keeping these old printers around just to make sheep. You know, they're not very fast, but they do work. Well, you know, I've been called much worse in my life. Not too worried about it. I've been live streaming for years, on and off. So let's see. I am all right. All right, let's see what else is going on. Hey, C, welcome in. Hey, Kate. I'm doing great. Had lunch, cutting out some stuff. Life is good. Well, no, I was just told that I like little girls. Somebody is aiming to get kicked out. And I can do that. That's not a big deal. You know, I try my best not to. What's that?
You need to block and kick them out.
Oh, I can block and kick them out. I got a mouse right here. But we'll do a warning. I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm in America. Hello, Crab. Chad, I'm using a Pegasus right now. This is a Pegasus 21-inch precision scroll saw. Yep, we're okay. So we are making Turkish drop spindles that are used to spin yarn. And Alfred, I only speak English. Sorry about that. Everybody, let's say goodbye to Bailey. Bailey, let's give him a wave. So we're going to be nice. We're not going to kick you out. But what we're going to do is we're going to put you on a timeout because apparently that's what you want. So if you can grow up in the next half hour, that's fine. If not, we'll just ban you. We can do that. Hello. Let's see. Ariel. Mohammed. Welcome in. I don't know. Does it smell funny? Yeah, and this cherry, it just smells wonderful. Really good. You grew up in Chicago? Yeah, nobody's perfect. Yeah. Not a big football guy, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Not a problem. You bought the DeWalt one? You like it? Sweet. Good to hear. Hey, Marcos. Let's see. Kay. This all scare me. They're so safe. I mean, they will cut you, but they're not going to cut anything off. You're not going to get stitches. Just a Band-Aid, usually. Yep, Chad, have a good one. And the Bears still suck. Just so you know. It's all been downhill since Ditka. Oh, God. You know, the Bears did show us why most football teams don't write rap songs. You write it up wrong, you get exactly a scroll sub in soccer. Works a scroll sub in soccer. You know. What's not to love about soccer? Besides the whole flopping around like a fish thing. So the crab says, you love the smell of fresh cut wood in the morning. It does. It smells like victory. Right? Hey E, how's it going? Woohoo! There you go. There's much fewer red cards. So we are making Turkish drop spindles for spinning yarn. So right now we're cutting out the arms. So this is an example when they're done. So it's a shaft, and then there are two arms that get wedged in there. Could I put a figure to how many that I've made? I am in the tens of thousands. Probably in my life, I've probably made at least 25,000. You know, there's different styles as well. Maybe a little more. I've been doing it full time for 12 years. Now we're just lying. Lie. Yeah, it's a couple times. And, you know, I love my job. I really do. My results are atypical. All right. Have I ever had a job I didn't like? Yes. I've done factory work for almost 20 years. Oh, okay, Alfred. So if I open up Translate, I don't know why I'm translating into Hindi. That's not going to really help me much. So he makes model airplanes with a scroll saw. So that's awesome. So yeah, so I spent 13 years working in a bindery. Hello, M. In the finishing department, making magazines. So I ran a Drum Stitcher, was like a big, super fast magazine putting together machine that put staples in the inside. You're a carpenter? Very nice. So yeah, I did it for almost 13 years, 12-hour shifts. You know, it got to be a little old. I didn't mind the machine, but people. Ugh, people. ATF is lazy. Ah, nothing wrong with that. When you find yourself unemployed, only then do you find out what your skills are actually worth, right? After the magazines, I worked at Oshkosh Truck for 6 years, putting vehicles together. I spent the majority of that time working in the final lube rack. So I pumped a lot of diesel and windshield washer fluid and did a lot of driveline tests. So you want to make sure that your vehicle is going to be able to stop before you put tires on it. But selling insurance for 5 years, absolutely miserable. I can see that. Let me grab a bite here and then I'm going to cut on another one. So when you put the blade on, I tension it and I will hit it with my finger. I'll pluck it. So there is quite a bit of tension on there. Hey, Alan. Nice to see ya. You haven't worked since 2014? It's a long time. Is there a disability involved? Not that it's any of my business. Or did you retire? Got hurt in Afghanistan. I hear you. Very much. Grab another bite. So if the burger wasn't big enough, she also got me my favorite Mexican salad, the Caesar, invented in Tijuana. That and no.
What?
That and donkey, no. What's that?
I was gonna say I didn't squeeze through and I was saying, hold on.
You could have fit. Oh, Burr? So our wood room is not heated, which is right behind me. So my girlfriend just went and opened the door. It's like 50 degrees in there, which isn't very cold, but it's, 20 degrees colder than in here. Well, we're getting close. Okay, what brand of saw is that? You like the miniature furniture? Hey, you like to make miniature furniture? This is a Pegas, Pegas. So Pegas is a manufacturer of scroll saw blades. They make blades, and this is the Pegas chuck. You can buy this for other saws. It's made out of anodized aluminum. And this whole thing is patented. It's a very nice set of chucks. So like if you take your Delta or DeWalt double parallel arm saws, you can replace the chuck and put this chuck on. So we are making Turkish spindles that are used to spin yarn with. And yeah. Now we're gonna cut out this this mortise.
Yep.
See, you almost fit.
I did.
I had to turn my chair, but you fit.
Right?
This blade is still cutting, but it is getting dull. I mean, we've been using this blade for over an hour now, so we'll swap it out. When you first start on the scroll saw, you break a lot of blades. A lot of blades. Well, this one's garbage.
What? Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Right? I mean, if you're cutting with like a coping saw, this
Garbage,
is
right?
garbage. Yeah. So unfortunately, this one has a knot. I don't know how it was not seen when we.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I didn't see it either, so I'm not going to complain. All right, so we're going to be using let's use the number 7 Nikwa blade. So that's all right. So Nikwa is sold in the United States under the name brand Flying Dutchman. I believe they're made in Switzerland.
All right, you're gonna get some sheep cut out.
Watch your mouth. We're live streaming.
I know, right? So you're gonna get some
Absolutely.
3 of each.
So,
That many.
okay. So it's the clamp works the same on the top and the bottom. There's a thumb screw on the top and the bottom. So there's a pin in here, and then this is just threaded, so it pinches the blade. So the end of this, it's not solid. It actually has a little bushing in it, so that the end will spin. So when you tighten it, you're not torquing the blade and bending it. Oh. So Right Said Fred who just asked a question. Now, he gets knocked down, but he gets up again, right? Is that Right Said Fred?
No, that's
No.
That's
Oh, that's Chumbawamba. Who's Right Said Fred?
Or
Tub Thumper?
Yeah, it's Chumbawamba in the song.
Yeah.
Right Said Fred, oh my gosh.
It's just not coming to me. I mean, I'm old
It's not
enough.
that sexy, is it?
Is it I'm too sexy? Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. I mean, I was born in 75. Yeah. The world's a huge place, you know. Most of the time, people using these saws will make small ornamental things. Yeah, I'm too sexy, definitely. Yep. So you love scroll saws? This is better than your uncle's? I've gone through a lot of scroll saws in my life. All right, we got some German going on. Right. So it's still similar. Does it have a quick release? Yeah, for the tension, just flip it down, takes the tension off. Put the blade on, throw the tension on. You know, there's a knob.
When were you born, maybe?
I was born in 75. So there is a knob back there so you can adjust the tension if you need to. So, yeah. So this saw here, it's a little over $1,000. A very similar saw way over there. That one is a Bauer, so it's Harbor Freight. Get my finger out of there. Very similar. That one's $250. So they're very similar. This one's gonna probably last a little longer. So yeah, this is an airline. There's a little on the inside. There's a little baffle. So when it goes up and down, it pumps that little baffle and just blows enough air just to clean off the surface. I was born in 75. I have a review of the Bauer scroll saw on my page. I don't have a video for this one. All these holes here, you can hook up a vacuum to suck the dust out. I don't wear a mask. I'm in a really, really big room, so I don't find a necessity to. If I was in a much smaller area, a dust mask would be way more important. You know, I probably should be, but what are you gonna do? Sorry, you were born in 63. Well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, there's enough like cross breeze in here. You can watch the dust flying over that way. So let's see. So, are you surprised there isn't a power file with a slim attachment to file the side of a mortise? Yeah, that's true. So you gotta sit there with a chisel and scrape away. Hey Angel, welcome in. Chain mortiser. Those tend to be huge though. And you know, I don't use a mortiser for cutting out these mortises because they're all different sizes. And then it would feel too much like I'm, you know, using slot machines. Actually, this is just printed, just normal paper. So I designed these patterns. And then we print out sheets of paper and then cut them out and then glue them down. So that's why we're using the blue painter's tape. And then we use spray adhesive to glue the pattern on. That way when we're done, we can just peel the pattern off and we have no residual glue or anything on there. I mean, you can print on stickers if you want to. It's just going to be way more expensive. So, it was a hell of a winter, but you made it. I have a couple videos on my channel about like very beginner. I go through the different types of saws, the different types of blades, you know, the basic cuts. I have some templates you can cut out for practicing, and I want you guys to, you know, if you want to use a scroll saw, I want you guys to succeed at it. You know, I do a bunch of tips and trick videos as well. Because, just because if something looks, oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, I don't sell the patterns for these, but I do got a lot of projects that you can print out. Ah, 71. Okay. So, Steph, you have a K40 laser cutter, and it doesn't manage the level of depth that the scroll saw does. Yes. And C's and C's are too much. Yeah, I can agree with that. So, I do. Hang on a second. Let me grab some stuff. This is not a good example. Let me find a good example. Really, I have no apex over here. So with the laser engraver, so I'll cut it out, and then I will laser engrave on the surfaces, whether it be on the sides or on the top. So I use the scroll saw in collaboration with the laser engravers. You know, a lot of times I will laser engrave the pattern onto the wood and then cut it out on the scroll saw. Yeah. So this was made with an X-Tool S1. So it has a probe, and it can probe the surface of the wood. That way it can stay in focus. Because if you tried laser engraving on this curve with just a normal laser, the line would change sizes and it would get fuzzy. So that one probes, so when the laser's going, it'll go and it'll raise up, go across, and then lower itself. So it'll follow the curvature. But yeah, when I'll make a bunch of toys, like I'll laser engrave like the image and then cut the outside out with the scroll saw. But I will make that cutting line with the laser engraver. Yeah, like the new the F1 Ultra, they're able to do the curved surfaces as well because the camera is able to do that. I don't have a video on the probing, but I should make one. It's probably a good idea. Kayla, hello again. Welcome in. Yeah, I should get some. So I have 3 laser engravers. Let me just come over here. So it's very similar to your K40. I have a full spectrum 20 by 12. It's a hobby series. So that's a 40 watt CO2 laser. And then this is an F-Tool, an X-Tool F1. So it's a Galvo laser. So there's 2 mirrors built into the body that move really fast. And then there's 1 lens. So it's like that. So you can't cut straight up and down on this type of laser because the laser is coming from 1 beam in the middle. But it's good for marking. I do a lot of that. And then in here, this is the S1. Yeah. They got an enormous amount of electricity in them. So this is also 40 watt. This is a diode laser as well. So this 40 watt can do pretty much the same work as that one, except for the laser tube has to be cooled. The diode does not. The only thing that this cannot cut is clear acrylic. The wavelength is wrong. It doesn't see it, where that can cut clear acrylic all day long. So different lasers do different things. Printers seem to be working. I got 2 of them not working right now. Yeah. Nothing wrong with K40s. A lot of tinkering to keep them running. Just as long as you keep your tube cool, that's the most important thing. If your laser tube gets above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, it starts to degrade. So definitely throw some ice in your water. What I did was I took like soda bottles, washed them out, filled them full of distilled water, and then I put those into there. So I freeze them, put them in there. That way if they leak, the distilled water pours out of them. And just try to keep your laser tube from getting too hot. That'll just kill them. Used to rotate ice packs in the distilled water. I had a ton of it. Nice. Yeah, I added a thermometer. Just go to the pet store and get like a reptile thermometer. So it has a probe and a big long cord on it. That way you can monitor the temperatures. I hate to think how much those will cost. Yeah, with a 40 watt, trying to go to, a cooler that has like refrigerant in it might be a little overboard unless you're using it all the time. You use an old meat thermometer? Hey, that'll work. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so basically my full spectrum laser is just like a K40 with a 12 by 20 inch bed. Um, it's got its own controller in it. So it uses its own software. So Lightburn doesn't work with it. You know, which wasn't a deal breaker for me. But that laser's old enough where they don't make the controller anymore. I'm not sure how big A3 paper is. Hello, welcome in. Oh, I gotta go take my meds. I will be back in like a minute. All right, I'm coming back. Sorry about that. Now let's see. Let's see here. All right, so 20 inches is 50 centimeters. And then 12 is 30 centimeters. Yep. Yeah, they work like a spinning top. Basically, you're just transferring the twist from the spinning spindle into the yarn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really not sure what the next size up would be. How much was the diode laser? I don't even know off the top of my head. I bought them together as a bundle. So the big diode laser, the S1, let's see. They actually come down in price. So with all the stuff that I got with mine, they're $2,500 American. You can get, I got the riser on mine too, so I can put thicker things in there, so it'd be a little bit more than that. But like Xtool like has sales like all the time. I want to say the bundle's like between $4,000 and $5,000. Hey Pedro, how's it going? Yeah, so it's a little marking one and then the big one. I also have a conveyor that hooks up to the big one, so you can run big sheets through. I've never hooked it up though. I had it for years. It's still sitting in the box. I just don't need it right now. What I do with my workshop, right? I don't know. Would anybody like a workshop tour? I can give you a tour of the workshop. So yeah, my workshop is pretty much my clubhouse. Let's start in the front. We'll work our way back. I won't take you into the basement. I'll try not to make you dizzy. So we'll start in the front. All right, so when you first walk in, we have our packaging area here, and there's my Vicky. She's keeping the websites alive.
I'm actually trying to find I'm copying some of the stuff that's on the drive and putting it on my computer. Because inevitably I have to shut the computer down because I don't have a link to
Oh.
what I'm trying to do. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. So yeah, this is our little downtown. So they replaced this. They replaced our water line, so they had to redo the cement. But it's cold here, so got all covered up. So just a little town with a little dead, a little dead downtown. All right, so you come in. So we got our packaging area, we got our Vicky. So that's our inventory. This side here is Etsy. This is Shopify, and that's both. And then we got some stuff over here as well. And then we just got the big couch and the big TV. The fox painting is amazing with the bow tie. So yeah, as far as our artwork goes, we get a lot of used paintings and just it has to have a certain feel. So we got Pickle Rick there. So we got kitties in a fishbowl, and then we got a llama or alpaca wearing glasses. Good old Pickle Rick. Another giraffe, a raccoon with a bow tie, and we got this chicken that my aunt painted. So that's some of the artwork. So yeah, we got the sublimation printer, the press, and all that stuff. We got a Brother Scan and Cut, which is like a Cricut. So then we come into the workshop. Oh, the calendar, the cat calendar. Yeah. We're cat people. Do I have ADHD? Me? Little old neurodivergent me? Could be. Could be. Yeah, I'm neurodivergent. We got our little area here. So you got the air fryer, the microwave, the popcorn popper, the refrigerator, surveillance system. So we're pretty good. Then we got a little alpaca. So we do a mineral oil finish on a lot of our stuff. So this is our drying rack. I was making supported spindles, so they were drying here too. So the drying rack above it is supported by Maryland. Come over here, we got the mandatory piano that I can't play. So we got the 3D printers, got two X1 carbons, the enclosed ones, A1 mini that we're not using right now, and then I keep these two around just for overflow and stuff. So yeah, we haven't used this laser engraver in a while. It's kind of got pushed back into the corner. Come over here. So that's the Xtool S1 that I was showing earlier. This is a computer to control that. Then we got, that's the F1, this is the S1. Computer to control that. This is Vicky's drill press. And then we got monitors, like that one can also show what's going on here. So when we live stream, we can see what's going on. Georgia O'Keeffe painting. So we got a little sanding area here also with a monitor. Come over here, this is my lathe section. I do a lot of wood turning. So, we make all the shafts to go with the spindles that we're cutting out. Keep going, we got the scroll saw. This is where I was sitting. So that's my drill press. Vicky's drill press. My drill press. So she's got a better drill press than I do. So that's how I monitor the chat. Come over here. So this is my CNC machine. This is a Shapeoko 5 Pro. I got a spindle on it, so I'm not using a router. I've got an actual CNC spindle on there. This little corner here is where I do a lot of my recorded videos. So I can sit here, and then I have like 4 different cameras. There's 2 of them here. And then I can monitor there. So come over here. We got a router, chop saw, and table. I've got a secondary sanding station here. And we got a spindle sander up top. Right? Well, I actually have 2 drill presses myself, so we got 3 of them in here. Can you get paid for doing lives? People can tip. I only get paid if people watch the video afterwards. So yeah. So there's one of my extractors. Yep. And then drum sander. So big sanding wheel. Well, there are no ads in your live stream. So when they put the ad in there, you only get paid after you get so many views. What's on the left? This is a planer. So that's a thickness planer. So it's got a cutter and it brings the wood through. So this will get it close to being on size. And then the drum sander will sand it to size. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Planers are yeah, if you're machining wood. Yeah. So over here, I got a bunch of hand tools. I need to get a hold of the landlord about the lighting in here. But yeah, this is my wood storage. So I got some bigger stuff up there that needs to be machined. Some bigger stuff here. And then this stuff is all ready for just making spindles. So we got, leopard wood, and purple heart, bow coat. It's pretty. Got some mahogany. Yes, it's a giant thicknesser. It's not. It's actually pretty small. They make huge ones. So yeah, so this is a overflow. We got another room back there that's just storage. So that's pretty much my workshop. I didn't show you the bathroom, but so this building and the building next door used to be combined. So that's actually screwed down to the floor on both sides. So that cannot be opened until, I don't know, I rent the building next door, and then you can open that up and have double the space. So that's pretty much the workshop. Yeah, so the little town I live in, the downtown area where this building is, there's nothing going on. There's a little public library. All right, there's a little public library and like 2 bars. There's a business next door that makes fireplace mantles, and then me. So trying to run like a retail store in this town would not work. The head shop across the street, the place that sold the Delta 8, the THC, went out of business. If you can't support a drug shop, I don't know what you can support. So there's also a full basement. It's not finished, and it does have some moisture issues. I do some finishing down there. It's not worth showing you. Well, you could go on Etsy and do a search for Snyder Spindles, or you could go to snyderspindles.com. You can also get them from The Woolery or Webs. Those are 2 of the big websites. There's also Milky's Fiber Arts. There's Susan's Fiber Shop. I sell to a few different
Figured out the issue.
Yeah?
Yeah. So when I was resizing it, apparently they were putting margins in.
Yeah.
So
Didn't I say you had to take the margins out?
Take the margins out.
So that's the website. Well, I was making a lot of wooden signs and wooden toys prior to this. So that's kind of like, if you look at the videos I have for project videos like this, it was like this kind of stuff that I would design and make. I did not design this, but I did cut it out. So I was making this kind of stuff, and one of my friends, and wooden toys, lots of little wheeled toys and signs. I made a lot of signs that said WTF and bacon and eat, and way back in the day I was making ampersands and different just type of just word signs. And then like Hobby Lobby and all these other companies started making them in China, so that pretty much killed what I was doing. So, yeah. So I was doing that, and then Etsy used to have a chat room. So one of my friends asked for a spindle. So I went to my local yarn shop, got some wool. They gave me a quick 5-minute tutorial and set me on my way, and like, good luck. If you keep making them, bring some in and we'll take a look at them. So it took a while. It felt like I was converting to Judaism. They kept sending me away, but eventually they started carrying my product and helping me out. So it was a good thing. So I learned how to spin because I didn't want to sell her something that didn't work. And I fell in love with it. So I actually started selling these to help support me buying more fiber and more equipment. And then I lost my job, and my part-time job became my full-time job. Yeah, and it's just, being neurodivergent. See, I have a hard time slapping down what it is because they have, they have diagnosed me with a bunch of different things. Started out with ADHD, and then they decided I was dyslexic, and then they decided I was bipolar, and it's like, all right, just pick one. So I just decided that I'm Scott, and that's fine by me. Doing this, is a lot easier than, like I said before, I worked in factories for almost 20 years, and, they really want you to be at work all the time, and if you can't get out of bed, they kind of frown upon that, so.
Yeah, but you've been able to get out of bed for the last 13 years.
I know, now that I have my own job, I tend to work harder than I ever did before.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily harder, but yeah.
No, but.
Yeah, but I'm not calling in sick all the time and
Right.
that kind of
Now,
thing.
don't get
Oh,
me
yeah.
wrong, there are days when we are like, hey, let's call it a day after
Yeah.
4 hours.
Right.
But we can do that.
So yeah, this has helped me out tremendously.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. So the worst idea was having my girlfriend come and work with me for full time. She's always here. It never stops. Yeah. So yeah, I did this for a couple years, and then we were busy enough where my partner Vicky was actually able to quit her job and come work with me. So.
And we can pay our bills, it's amazing. I love it.
Hey, Russ, how's it going? Yeah. And, the whole idea of eating food and having a, roof over my head. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Our customers will let us know if we are missing a specific thing that they're looking for. Hey, when are you going to make this?
That's true, because I always tell people, hey, if we're out of something, just ask.
Yeah.
And that also helps us to go, okay, we need more of these, 'cause, we don't know.
So let's see. Barry says you are super intelligent, so you can do anything and make anything perfect. It's a lot of trial and error. My first ones did not look like this. We'll put it that way.
And we've definitely come a long way.
Oh, not a problem. Definitely a new sub. Awesome. Much appreciated. Yeah, right now it's just a lot of, scroll saw videos and a couple lathe videos. I'm going to get into the 3D printing and the laser engraving eventually. So a company is sending me a scroll saw to do a review for, so that's probably going to be my next video. Yeah. So I'll have a different saw in here to test in a week. So probably 2 weeks I'll have the video up. You know, I am wearing headphones that are Bluetooth, so I have, well, right now the Beastie Boys blasting away in my ears, too. So I might be weird, but you know, doing stuff like this, I'm able just to just kind of shut my brain down. You know, it quiets things down. Yeah. You know, we have a seller's permit. We can sell retail here if we wanted to, but it doesn't really make sense to do that. There's just no traffic. But it's great because our rent isn't very much because who else is going to rent this old building out? Yeah. Um, I am on no meds for that. Um, I was allergic to quite a few medications they tried. They had me on Ritalin, not Ritalin, they had me on lithium for quite a while. And that just made me feel blah. And I'm like, if everybody feels this way all the time, I don't want to be like everybody else. Um, I guess the only thing that's probably affecting my mood would be the gabapentin I'm taking. But I'm taking that because I have neuropathy. So. So I'd rather do the different strokes approach where I take the good, I take the bad. But yeah. So I have a very understanding partner. Right, honey?
Yes. And then,
She's been very understanding. I mean, you have to, otherwise this wouldn't work.
I'm sorry, but I feel like old age is kind of helped both of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Not old age, but middle age.
Middle age, you get a little bit more patient, yeah.
Yeah. So, no. I mean, yeah, if I was, well, I mean, we've been together for what, 15 years, so
Right.
I can't say, you know, we were younger, so it was like, but, you know, in my 20s, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have been fine even, well, who knows, right?
Right. I hear you. Yeah, Steph, that's just it, you know. As long as you're not hurting others, and if you're not hurting yourself, that's the big thing. You know, we do festivals, and they're very tiring because I have to mask all day long. All day long, all day long, all day long. So, you know, by the time I get done with the show, I just want to go to bed. Everybody else is going out and having dinners and hanging out with people, and I'm like, oh, I just gotta, too many people.
I can handle, well, I was a social person. I can handle crowds and stuff, and it wears me out too.
Yeah, it's tiring.
So.
you guys are just tuning in, we're cutting 5/8 inch thick cherry, and we're making Turkish drop spindles that are used to spin yarn. So it's a very post-apocalyptic life skill to have. Hey MFK, I am using a Pegasus. So it's a nice saw. It's expensive, but it's a nice saw. For the nerve, try acupuncture. Yeah. Right. So I am actually this saw is at a huge angle, and I am sitting in an office chair with very good lumbar support. And I try to get all the way up. Yep, you have a good evening too. Thanks for hanging out. So I actually I have my elbows rested down for most of the time. So it's been working out really good for me. Yep. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. here. It's not too late. Right? Much appreciated. You very seldom get compliments from erect chickens.
What?
I mean electricians. There we go.
Oh. Okay.
You're looking at Enter Woodworking and you're looking for a bandsaw type thing or a saw like that for cutting shapes out of branches. You know, depending on how big the branches are, this type of saw is good for like 2 inches and under. It's better 1 inch and under, to be honest. If you're cutting something bigger, depending on how intricate the design, a bandsaw might actually be a better choice for you. But if you're using small branches, that might be okay. Oh, you're making slingshots. So yeah, that'd probably work on the saw. That's not gonna be... I assume you're not making huge slingshots. Okay, yeah, something like that might work. So I am making Turkish drop spindles that are used to spin yarn. You know, but a bandsaw, if you're just gonna use it to like just cut the notches in and trim it down to size, a bandsaw would work too. So. I'm gonna grab a bite of my salad here. So, lunch has lasted like over an hour so far.
2 hours?
Doing a good job.
Right? Oh, no.
It's okay.
Right in the sawdust.
Yeah. I didn't do it. You did it. Where are you located? Are you in America? You know, because South Africa. Yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of brands there are in South Africa. Um, do a search on Google for like for what you're doing. You could probably get away with like a 10-inch bandsaw. Just be more than enough for you. Yeah, when you get older, you know how crooked your bodies get. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I've been feeling much better since I moved to the computer chair over like the stools.
Water.
Can I have a drink?
That's yours.
Is this whole thing for me?
That's your
Holy crap.
That's your cup.
She loves me. Just give me a big thing of water.
Like, people sweet water.
A scroll saw would be safer. But if you're just taking, crotches of trees and just zipping off the sides, putting a notch in, going down the end and cutting it off. Yeah, both would work. Yeah, jigsaw would work too. Hey Mike, how's it going? Welcome in. Time is it? All right. So we're gonna take the stream till 2:30. Originally I planned on going till 2, but that was 7 minutes ago. So. I do have to. Gonna be doing a little work on the CNC machines. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of designing. So.
And I did the dishes. Or at least the thing that was out there.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Now it's just maintaining.
Yeah.
Right. So our goal right now is to get through the Christmas season. And then directly after that, we're going to start building inventory. Um, we have a show in March in Raleigh, North Carolina. There you go. It's good to know. I'm just so out of dad jokes these days. I've used them all up. Yeah, bandsaws are not forgiving, that's for sure. Yeah, my little 10-inch, I've got a resaw blade on, so I really can't even demonstrate doing like wavy cuts.
Near Asheville, huh?
Yeah.
So, Raleigh is,
Well,
because we have two shows in North Carolina.
right.
So Raleigh is Carolina Fiber Fest.
Yeah, so that's Carolina Fiber Fest. That's in March. But you just missed us. We were just in Fletcher.
Or SAF,
We were at SAF yeah,
October.
in October. Yeah. SAF is in October towards the end. But that would be much closer.
Yeah.
When is SAF? No, not SAF. When is Carolina?
Carolina is it the 13th and 14th of March, or right around there, whatever the 12th or 13th,
Right.
maybe 14th or 15th. It's a Saturday, Sunday. And looking up Carolina Fiber Fest, I'm sure that you can see.
Well, I looked it up and it's like 2025. There we go.
Oh,
Well, it's gonna be 2026 here, guys.
right.
So their website is not
Not up to date.
not up to date.
And let's see.
So we're gonna figure it out for you real quick.
Did I put that back? I highlighted our dates for next year. So March, so the show is the 14th and 15th, Saturday, Sunday.
So it's gonna be the 14th and 15th, Saturday, Sunday in March.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's from March 13th, but the 13th is like classes.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do they have classes on Thursday too, or is it just Friday?
They might. I'm not sure. So this is the first year that it's going to be in the big building. Yeah. Yep. North Carolina State Fairgrounds. We're going to be in the big building that has like the weird shape to it. How would you?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called.
It's the Jim Graham building.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. And I don't know if you can see, but I put
Yeah, I see Texas. Yeah. All right.
all that stuff, so. Not that we're going to Texas, but.
Right. Yeah. So last year, SAF got canceled because of the hurricane, because they were using the fairgrounds to house people. So. You guys got walloped.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be so many crazy crafting women at there already. You're going to blend right in. Right. You know, it's weird. I'm able to walk around and like spin on a spindle, and I don't get looked at weird. Anywhere else in the world, I'd be looked at weird.
Right.
Yeah, nobody stares at me. And then people make me sign things. Oh, yeah.
Or, no, what did you sign?
Yeah, the bottom of a bowl they want to sign. I'm like, it's already got my name on it. Well, that's laser engraved. I want your signature in. Okay.
Next time tell them it'll cost them $20. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. So we're going to go for another 11 minutes. And then I have to go work on the CNC machine. So I'm just breaking these down into smaller sizes. So we have folks visit from other countries. Nice. They eat their sheep. None of us eat mutton. I like lamb chops. our sheep are like farm members who live with us, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of dual breed sheep,
Right.
But the bummer babies, Hey Bill, how's it going? So, yep. Occasionally, there'll be a sheep born and the mom wants nothing to do with it, or if they have twins, they'll take care of the big one and let the little one go. So you end up having bottle babies, or called bummer babies. You got to take care of them. They basically become little dogs. I am doing well, Bill. Fortunately, we're just about done with the stream. I got like another 7 minutes to go. But yeah, life's good. I mean, being able to hang out with people and get some work done, it's pretty amazing. So we're cutting 5/8 inch thick cherry today. Thanks for saying about how you mask and others tired usually. Well, I would be wearing a mask if I was working in a confined space. If I was in like a little bedroom, it'd be a necessity. Here, there's enough airflow. I don't feel I need it. But don't be me. You can get N95 masks readily now. Grab some.
Dad, it's maple. Huh. See the line that I streamed?
That's pretty good. It's not burnt or nothing.
No, it isn't. I went really slow though.
You have to with maple. What's that?
I remember how hard it was to cut a straight line.
Just to take time.
Yeah.
Next public event for crafters, I will make sure to have not public PPA. I mean, if you're doing a demo in public, I mean, outside, I wouldn't really be an issue, I wouldn't think. You know, I do have dust extraction on this saw, but I don't want to listen to a vacuum cleaner drone all day. All right, guys, we are going to call this a stream. Oh, I'm going to finish this one up. Yeah, bathroom breaks are very, very important. Yeah, we do two show. We have it's me and my partner, and yeah, so one can watch the other ones. You know, we try our best not to use volunteers, but you know, I got sick at a show, and I think the volunteers are a savior for Vicky. Hey, Paul. Welcome in. Fortunately, we're at the end of the stream. So, if you guys, I don't have a set schedule for live streaming. If you want to be notified, make sure to subscribe and then ring the bell. If not, you can just keep an eye open for me. I tend to do this a few times a week. So, all right. Time to get to work. Dang it. So thanks, guys, and I will catch you next time. Have a great day. And remember to be nice to people. It costs you absolutely nothing.